Hi guys, welcome to another video of Miss T Ideas. This is part 2 of the book that I was, the journal that I was making. And on the first part, I showed you the cover, inside cover. And I decided not to cover the outside right now because I like the way, the color of the book. And I showed you the signatures. This is 3 signatures here. And I did play in it a little bit on this weekend, but I mean, this has hundreds of pages, okay? If you count the front and the back that we're going to work in on occasions. And I used eyelets, and I used my crocodile to make this signature. I mean, to make this this binding. And this binding got a name, a specific name, but I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. And I also put a hole here to hang some bangles, some little jewels. If anybody know where I can get some little cute little jewels, let me know. I know they sell some online, but they also sell something at Hobby Lobby too. The little bead. So this is my first time making an eyelet one. And you can see, like in the back, I open it like this. And okay, to get, this is the inside, this is the middle where I tied it off because I use thread. We gotta use some thread to bind it. And I keep thread ready. And this is 4 of them. I could actually add a 5th one, but this, when you put stuff in a junk journal, it swells up, and I don't want it to be too big because this is gonna get, it's gonna get kind of big. And this is just 4. So I like them thick. I like the books thick and chunky, but I don't like them where they got the alligator mouth or the crocodile mouth, whatever they call them. Like they open wide like this. This would be sideways. They open wide like this. Because I have a journal. I have a altered journal that got a big mouth. And I made it with a tablet, a composition notebook. So I'm going to tell you how I made the spine. In order to make a spine on the back of a book, this is one of the best ways that I can tell you. You decide where, let me cut this paper. Okay. I'm going to play like this is the spine. Cut the spine out. Actually, the spine is going to be the measurement of the portion of the book. Okay, which this portion of the book, let's see how wide it is. Let me see. Might help if I get my glasses. This portion of the book, let's see how wide it is. There's 2. This spine is about 2 inches. 2 inches. That's a big book. And while I'm at it, the length of the book is about 9 1/4. 9 1/4 and 2 inch spines. Let me see how wide it is here. Because I was watching some videos and you know, when they came on, they knew the size of their size must have been important for somebody. So it's 6 inches wide. 6 by 9. And the spine is 2 inches. Big spine. Now, I'm going to sit this over here for a minute, and I'm going to show you how I make the spine. And I am going to cut the size of the spine, just for measuring sake. So, some would say, well, Well, why don't you just save the template, for of the spine. But spines are different sizes. Spines are different. Let me go right here. Use my board. There we go. All right. Give or take a little bit, I cut it a little bit beyond the line because I don't want it to be crooked. I can't stand a crooked line, but anyway. What you're trying to do is get the holes even. And it's going to make a lot of sense in just a minute. Okay. Decide how many inches you want it from the top. How many inches you want it from the top. Let's see. I think I'm going to try 1.5. Okay, I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to do it again. Okay, I should do it like this. Y'all see what I'm doing? Let's see. Okay, 1.5. Then I'm going to come down from this one. And I'm going to do 1.5. Down from this one. 1.5. This is going to tell, depending on how close or how far you want, it's going to tell you how many holes you're going to need. Okay, this is 1.5. Okay, so you can do 1.5 again. 1.5. Look. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's 5 holes. Now this is the spine. I'm gonna write spine right here. SP, and this is for teaching sake. Okay, this is the spine. And I don't have to put top. It's good that you know it's the top, because I've done some backwards stuff in my life. Okay. Okay. There. Okay, you could do a 2 or 3. I've done a 3 row. And this would be, my spine is wider than this. Clearly, it's wider than this. So I'm going to just do, like we're going to do a 2 row. And I'm going to put the dots. Let me put this right here. That. This is just an example, okay? That. So it don't really have to be perfect. But when you do it, it's going to be perfect. Okay? So, you're going to take this and you're going to lay it in the opening of that book. I'm going to use this because this is the book that was in there. You're going to lay it just like this, but in the inside of it. And this is going to be open. These pages is not going to be here. But you're going to take your R and make the holes into the spine. Like that. This is the book that I gutted it with, okay? And once you make the holes, let me see here. Once you make the holes, but you're gonna be doing it from the inside. There's no way I can do it from the inside because it's paper. It's paper. Okay. All right. So, let me put this old book away, and I will be using them book pages We use old discarded books and we use the pages and everything. So it's a repurposed book. We bring life back to a book that they're throwing away. So this is all gonna be straight. It's not gonna be crooked. And you done made your holes, and then you take your needle and thread. If you want to make your you can use this. This is for the big bite, the big reach. I showed you on the part 1. This is for the big reach. This is for a book that you got to reach for, but it also make the holes. Okay. If I change this here, that's the hole, and it does go through fabric. That's the hole. Okay, put it up like this, then you close the eyelet. And this purpose here is a ruler. It's for the big bite. So if you got a big book, you need a big bite. So this is the example right here. That's the spine, and that's how you get your spine and your holes and straight. And it will be the same size as your spine in the book. It has to be in order for you to direct the holes. And you start from the middle hole. You go to the next hole. You go to the top hole. You come back down. You come back down the ladder, and you're gonna end up here again. I'm gonna actually show you. I got another book that I'm gonna be making a journal out of, and I'm gonna actually show you how to. The way I learned how to stitch was I went on YouTube. So they got channels that just do all kind of stitching. Hey, I can't do them fancy stitches. I can do this stitch, but they got stitches that, I mean, like people that know how to make knots, like know how to tie knots in ropes. They got Chinese stitching, all that. But hey, this here is good enough for me. And you can put jewelry on the beads, whatever. I have some journals like that. And it's actually very, very simple to make a journal. To me it is. Once you get that book gutted, and how you gut a book. Let me show you how you gut that book. I gotta get my razor. I'm gonna show you how you gut it. Yeah, we got a garage sale out here this weekend. That I think I'm gonna be a part of. I got some things that I can get rid of. Bear with me 1 second. Okay. Say I want to gut this book. This book right here. This right here is a blade. Don't sleep on blades, y'all. All right. Glasses. I gotta be careful what kind of blade I use, because I used a box cutter, and it could have been a bad accident, y'all. I don't fool with box cutters like that no more. Anyway, I would take this blade, and I would do this. I'd go up the side like that. And I would play around with this. The spine. You don't want to hurt your spine. But once you break this here, this paper, this cover, yeah, it's gonna start loosening up. And that's how you do it. Look. I got Grace. Baby, this side here. Look. See, it's kind of open a little bit. I can follow that. And you don't hurt your book. Or the paper. You just take your time. Mm-hmm. Once you make a tragic accident with a blade, you're gonna learn. Nope, nope, nope. And I was new, y'all. I was brand new. Playing with a box cutter. Or using a box cutter, actually. And I was cutting, I had made a book out of a box chipboard. And I wanted the book shorter. And I wanted the book half of what it was, and I was trying to cut it. You put the, you see the professionals, they'll put the ruler in it, and they'll take that box cutter. Be careful with that. That box cutter slipped. It slipped on me. Almost lost that finger. I ain't trying to scare you. I'm just saying. I don't. They got too many other things out there. I'm not putting the box cutter down. If you know how to use it, that's fine. It's a good tool. It's a good tool for many things. But once you almost have a tragic accident, I mean, just bleeding profusely all over the place by yourself here. Good thing I was at home. I was able to run it under the faucet and do all the things I know to do. As a nurse, I know how to do those things. And I also had Betadine and everything I needed. But honey, when I tell you, it scared me. It scared me. You see, I ain't using no box cutter right now. And don't try, when you see it opening like this, don't pull it. The only thing I don't like about this thing here, to me, it's not long. And I want to be careful because I don't want to break it. This little pen. And I got several of them. It's pretty neat to use it. But I know I can't get too rough. I had to order some glue. I'm not out, but we gotta keep that on deck. There we go. You gotta keep that on deck. Cause one thing about paper crafting like we do, and I talk a lot to my audience. Is like, I know I got professionals in here. I got people that have been doing it before me. I got people that I watch. My audience is people that I watch. If they have a channel, and we learn from each other. I lost my train of thought, but anyway, I'm sure it'll come back. Yeah, so I would have to get this side out. See, it feel like it want to tear. And if you do, I got you. If it do, I got you. Don't tear up your book, baby. That's not what you want to do. And see, I got both pieces right here. This is the cover. It's the cover of the book. So this is where I want to be. And I'll cut this. Yeah, you don't want to hurt your spine. I'm using this book. That's why I just went ahead and I'm showing you. And I could have showed you on the other one, but it's a lot of things I did on part one that I wouldn't want to do again. All right. Okay, we're going to save that book because we got to use all them pages. Okay, we can clean this up a little bit. So I didn't hurt my book. Look. Oop, it ain't hurt. And I would clean this up I'm not gonna mess with this too much because I'm not gonna make this a long video. And I put some things in my book right here, but I'm gonna do a flip through one day. Well, not really a flip through, but I gotta I'm gonna do some pages in front of you one day because I'm making pockets. And the reason why I was able to put stuff in, kudos to me. The reason why I was able to put stuff in this journal, I make stuff. Mass make stuff. So I already had stuff made to put in there. And I got carried away. But we're going to work in this book because I got hundreds of pages. Hundreds of pages to enjoy. I know most of the crafters got a junk journal that they work in and make pages and add additives and stuff to it. This is gonna be mine that I'll be working in. Okay, put this paper here. All right. Don't have to be all perfect because you're gonna be covering this. Now, let me put you over here, little girl. Clean up my mess. Okay. Where is the spine? Where's the thing? Okay. Look. This gonna be like this. Okay, for your spine. Let me cut this down a little bit. Cut this down. And yeah, you know, this is just a example, okay? Like if I was making one for a book, it would be in precision. You know, hey, everything would be the size I wanted, the inches I wanted it. Hey, you know, things would get real serious. Okay, there it is. And you use your R. Crafters don't work with a lot of space, but some people are fortunate to have a lot of space. You use your R. You see, this is the top of the spine, and this is how you put your holes. This is how you put your holes. Now, like I said, to sew your spine on, you can use the technique I said. You start from the middle. Always start from the middle. Go to the top. Go to that. Come back. Come back. Go down. Go down. Come back. Come back. You can have 2 strings out of each one. Okay, same thing. I mean, and all of the signatures are independent of their self. How you know that is because this is tied. And see, I'm putting some of the stuff that I made in here. Yep. My little envelope and some magazine paper and little glasses on there. Okay. I'm trying to show you the string, okay? This is tied. This is independent to itself. See? Look. That's one spine. Okay. It's here. It's 2 spines, and the spines are pretty big. Look. Mine are. Yours don't have to be. I wanted this to be a big book. This is tied up. See them 3 holes. Okay. And it's all in rows. Remember, 1 row, 2 row, 3 row, 4 rows. 5 rows, 6 rows, 7 rows, more rows. Okay. This is 2. Isn't that 2? Okay. This is the 3rd signature here. Find the middle. Let me find the middle. I'm just showing you they're all independent of themselves, and I just tie a knot. Some people put some jewelry on it, you know, leave them a little longer, put jewelry on it. And you see my paper that I made myself, my little digital painting paper. I put stuff that I did in here. I even have some decoupage in here. You know, it's like a memory book. This is a journal. Okay, this is my 4th one, independent of itself. So that's what this come in at. The signatures are independent of themselves. All of them are independent of themselves. And these eyelets, you're gonna put any color you want, any color thread you want, coil thread you want. You know, you just do it how you want to do it when it comes to that. And you see, you got strings hanging like this. Junk journals like to be ratty like that. This is some stringy fabric, and it like to be ratty like that. And the papers that I make, sometimes I keep the thread on it. People like it like that. And this is all my coffee dyed, tea dyed papers. Okay, I'm done with this. So, I think I've showed you everything. That's part 2, baby. This is Miss T Ideas. Thank you so much for being here. And if you made it to the end of the video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. And every like you give, it helps the algorithm. This is me, Miss T Ideas. See you next time on the next video. Bye.